They thought we were done? Come on, man. I told you guys, when there is more Lakers news, we have to continue Lakers Talk Daily. I know yesterday it seemed like it was going to be the final episode, but when you see news around LeBron James and how he felt towards GM Rob Pelinka, then you're seeing the news reporting from Dan Wojcicki in regards to Luka Doncic's hamstring injury and how it was more to it, more than what we thought it really was. And then the contract situation with Austin Reaves. And then this could be an offseason where we possibly see the same guys, running it back with this Lakers team after all the reports we are hearing. So, of course, Lakers Talk Daily has to roll because these news are very, very important. Now, I got my guy with me today, John Martin is here with me today to talk about all these different. John, it's crazy to me. Of course, there is more news that just surrounds this Lakers team. It's just never ending. We're expecting, a little break. LeBron James is going to figure out his contract situation. Austin Reaves is going to take some time to figure out his contract situation. Rui Hachimura entering into a free agency season. He is going to figure out with his agents what's best for him. And then things just keep on piling up. But before we get into that, John, I want your thoughts on how you feel and how you thought this Lakers season went. Do you think JJ Redick did a good job? Do you think he got the most out of this group? Your overall thoughts on how this Lakers season went.
D, first off bat, brother. You said it never ends. It's always something new in LA. This is the city. This is Hollywood, bro. That's just how it goes. There's always going to be some new storyline. Of course, the Lakers are going to keep us at the edge of our seats. My overall thoughts on this season. JJ Redick's first full season with Luka Doncic, his third, I believe, as the Lakers coach, his first full season with Luka Doncic. I think he did the best he could. I think this season was I think it was an overachieving season. We did what we could. You know what I mean? Guys were injured. Guys got injured when we needed them the most. Some ups and downs. That March, I mean, we really fell in love with that month of March, man.
Yeah, we did.
We saw what this team could be at full strength potentially, and then it crumbled in front of our eyes when we played the Thunder. So I think there was a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Austin Reaves, it's crazy how someone can bring you so much joy and then at the same time a little bit of disappointment too, Mm-hmm. LeBron honestly is just like a smooth Cabernet, man. Just a smooth red wine. He is timeless. I think I'm gonna be honest, bro. I always I've always loved Kobe. I've always felt LeBron. I've kind of been one of them. Oh, LeBron ain't but seeing what he did this season, especially the latter part of the season, just taking over the team at 41, seeing him play with Bronny. He may be the GOAT, bro. He may be the GOAT, bro. So those are my overall thoughts on the season. I hope we can get LeBron back, to be honest.
Look, man, you said it right there. You're saying that you hope that the Lakers can get LeBron James back. Now, let me just say, I thought this season went relatively well, especially knowing that they did not have the right personnel and what they actually wanted to do, whether that's on the defensive end of the basketball court or whether that is on the offensive end. They had that the first half of the season where it was kind of slow, where you could tell that the chemistry and stuff, the spacing, all that stuff was just out of whack. Yeah. And then we see the transition for LeBron James being into that third usage guy.
The third
option. Let's just keep it real. The third option. He even alluded to that. He spoke on that on the press conference and saying that he's never had to take on a role like that and was never asked to do something like that on the basketball court ever in his life. And he was able to do that seamlessly, and it was just flawless the way he was able to just to be able to get into that. And then you're seeing all the stuff with just the second half, like you mentioned, the month of March, where we thought, damn, this Lakers team, they actually are going out there and winning games and they're beating the better opponents.
Rolling in March, man.
They were rolling in March, and then injuries take a toll, and you see guys getting out the lineup, and you see, Luka Doncic get out of OKC, which I got some stuff on that, and then you see Austin Reaves get hurt, and then you see LeBron James dealing with all the different types of injuries. JJ still found a way to maintain, found a way to get another season in his books of 50-plus wins. Of course, it led to them winning a first-round series against the Houston Rockets. Everyone thought that they were going to lose. Then they run into OKC. You got to understand how that storyline went, end up getting swept. But you mentioned LeBron James, and as far as his deciding factor of whether he's going to return in the Lakers uniform or not. John, this stuff that has been coming out with LeBron James and just how he
What's been coming out?
How he has been feeling towards his Lakers team. First and foremost, at a report from in the article that Dave McMillan wrote, first things first is that you understand how it was his relationship with JJ Redick. He was a big advocate for JJ Redick. And he felt like that, in the article, what we have read, that's the one thing he felt like the Lakers got right. Like he really liked the chemistry. He really liked what JJ Redick has been building upon his Lakers franchise. He feels like he is a really good coach, and he's going to be a great coach for the foreseeable future for the Los Angeles Lakers. And we can all come to an agreement with that. JJ Redick has done a good job so far in his 2 years as Lakers head coach. But the real thing that's been sticking out and what everyone has been discussing, John, is LeBron James felt like he was taken for granted. When Rob Pelinka gave the game ball to JJ Redick. Remind you, this is at a time where LeBron James, they defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers on March 31st, and LeBron, he secured his record in breaking 1,229 wins. But in that same game, Luka Doncic passed for 15,000 points. Rui Hachimura passed for 5,000 points. And JJ Redick reached 100 wins as a head coach. So Rob Pelinka gave the game ball to Redick over anybody else. And LeBron felt like Pelinka's priority was yet another example of the Lakers taking him for granted. Now,
but D, look at this. 4 different historic milestones happened in one game. Who's supposed to get that ball, man? Who's supposed to get the game ball? Luka passed 1,500 points, Rui 5,000 points, Redick 100 wins, and then LeBron did what he did. Who's supposed to get that game?
Look, man. There's a lot of things that were accomplished, let alone just in that one game and that Lakers win against the Cleveland Cavaliers. If I'm being real, the whole game ball and donating that and giving it to whoever is a respective person that deserves to get that game ball. John, can I just be real, bro?
Yes.
Why does that need to be a big deal? Why does that need to be a big thing? Look, LeBron James has accomplished a lot of things. Every single record you look at in NBA, LeBron James damn near broke. All right? No,
I think that's where we take him for. I think that's what he's talking about. He's kind of like, give me my flowers. He's done so many great things in his career, and maybe we are taking him for granted. Think about it, bro. When you see a beast every day, is it still a beast to you anymore? You know what I mean? If you saw a bear every day, it's still a bear, but you're a little desensitized to it. Maybe that's what we did with LeBron James, unfortunately.
But he's at we're giving him credit, and we're giving him the credit because look, man, he has a season where age of 41 basically was the best player on the team. If Luka Doncic being out, let's make sure I clarify that. Luka Doncic being out, Luka Doncic definitely a best, the Lakers guy. But let's not act like LeBron James was better than Austin Reaves, especially in the playoff series. And we got to give praise to that. And I feel like we did acknowledge that. I feel like Lakers fans have acknowledged that. They're riding alongside LeBron James, especially heading into that Houston Rockets series, knowing that they were underdogs heading into that series, because Austin Reaves are out earlier in that series, and Luka Doncic being out for the whole entire series. But I guess I see why he would be a little frustrated or felt like the Lakers took him for granted. But LeBron, you're going to stack up win after win, especially knowing how the Lakers' trajectory was going in that month of March. But that is a milestone for JJ Redick too. 100 career wins as a head coach in only 2 seasons.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's
Rui Hachimura, a guy that, let's be real, how many times are we going to acknowledge Rui Hachimura breaking 5,000 career points? But I tell you what, though, he was pretty damn good in this playoff series. Actually, the whole damn playoffs, Rui Hachimura was pretty damn good. Hence why Lakers are going to be in difficult conversations heading into the offseason for him. Luka Doncic passing 15,000 career points. Guess what? Luka Doncic is going to pass 20,000. Luka Doncic is going to pass 25,000. As long as he can stay healthy. Let's just make sure we say that as well. But I guess I'm just a little confused as to why do we need to give the game ball? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just not understanding it fully.
Interesting comment in the YouTube chat from B Kush 8. He made a couple good comments. One, can't we just give out 4 game balls? And then he said another thing. D, I want your take on this. He said, "This is why some fans hate LeBron. He always makes it about himself." What do you think about that?
I think that's where the frustration comes from. Is that whether everything that's written on this article is very, very true to what LeBron James is saying as far as how he felt like Lakers have taken him for granted. I think that I agree. I think that's why a lot of Lakers fans get really, really frustrated. And I don't want to. Should we say annoyed? Is annoyed like kind of reasonable to say? Like annoyed because it's like, bro, they just want wins. They just want championships. And
that's all we care about in the city.
That's literally that's literally what every fan cares about in the city. Are they at least doing the necessary things to build toward the championship? Are they at least in contention to win a championship? Which, let's be real, these past couple of seasons as well, Lakers haven't been in that spot to really be contenders for a championship. They made some runs, but it's always leading to, what is LeBron James going to do? What's the decision going to do? And it's like, this Lakers, I think that's why he feels like they've taken him for granted, because what are the Lakers known for, especially being in the bus business? They take care of their superstars.
Exactly. Even to a deficit, even when it hurts the team in a way, right?
Yeah.
And, with this new ownership and with this offseason, I'd be very interested to see what happens. You have an aging LeBron, obviously still, in my opinion, a top 15, arguably we could even go as far as top 10 player in the league, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. What he does on the court at his age, at his pace, his speed. Yeah, he an old dog. He may not get back. He may not come past half court every possession, D. But you know what you're going to get from him. 23, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 7 assists every night. But then, this is the other side of having a guy like LeBron. You get the ego sometimes. You get the passive aggressiveness. You get the Rich Paul saying, maybe delivering cryptic messages on Max Kellerman's podcast on his behalf. We don't know if that's happening or not. So I guess I'm wondering, will he come back next season? I would love him to come back next season. D, the reality is that's going to be the talk of the town for this offseason.
Yeah, for sure.
Him, LeBron James, what is he going to do? Mm-hmm. Until he retires, that's what it's going to be.
Yep.
What is he going to do? And, of course, Austin Reaves and his contract. These are going to be the big topics of the offseason. And, I kind of teased this the last time I was on, but there's some murmurs through the grapevine about, one Greek brother who we could potentially see in the purple and gold. And would you believe me if I told you it was possible?
Here we go with this. Would I believe you?
Would you believe, D?
Look, man, I don't even, okay. So it's funny that you brought that up, because I listened to Brian Windhorst going on the Sedano and Kap morning show. First, I always lock in with them whenever he does join, because he elaborates into the Lakers and the decision making and the business and what's good for the Lakers business and all this stuff. And John, after listening to what he had to say, it's seeming like the best thing in the best case scenario is for the Lakers to bring back LeBron James and bring back Austin Reaves. Just for the business standpoint. And he really just said, like, if you replace those two and you get a guy like Peyton Watson, which Lakers are probably not going to get, he's a restricted free agent, and you go out and you get another, 3-and-D wing, is that really telling yourself that you're going to all of a sudden climb up to a level like San Antonio or climb up to a level like OKC? And the way the salary cap situation is and how much hold do they have, if they were to pull off a hat, a hat trick like that and get a guy like Giannis.
Woo! I was waiting for you to say his name. Look at that graphic on the screen.
But guess what, John? The Lakers don't have draft picks. How many draft picks are they actually going to be able to offload from to get a guy like Giannis? If you're the Milwaukee Bucks, you're trading Giannis onto the Antetokounmpo to get what? To get valuable assets and draft capital. The Lakers don't have that.
Bro. I asked you a question earlier, and I still haven't heard you answer it, bro. The question I asked you was, would you believe me if I told you it was possible? This is the LakeShow. This is the premier market. This is the premier club in sports. The Dodgers, the Cowboys, the Lakers, the Yankees, the Lakers, Hollywood. Giannis wants to come here. Look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know about all the contracts and all the this and the that and old salary and blah, blah, blah. I'm young. I still need to learn more about that type of stuff. But
for sure,
if there's a will, there's a way, bro. If he wants to be here, now it will come with some sacrifice. We may have to give up AR. We may have to, move off of some people. And I dropped a poll in the YouTube chat. I'm seeing people interact with it right now. Bring back Austin and LeBron. So 67% are saying no. Something may have to shake, bro. We have this teensy tiny window with Luka Doncic, who, I fear to say, I don't even want to say this, but I will say it. He may become an injury prone type of guy. Maybe the Mavericks knew something that we didn't. And I know you wanted to touch on this.
Oh, John. Mavericks did know something that we didn't. The Mavericks got everything wrong in regards to Luka Doncic's damn hamstring. John, this is serious, bro. Like, when I tell you I read this and I'm like, wait, what? There's details in here about Luka Doncic and MRI in Dallas that didn't reveal the full damage to his hamstring included and a jump start. Bro, like, it's just mind-blowing to me because there's been reports that Luka was dealing with this hamstring close to a grade 3.
Wow.
And the Lakers chose to shut him down before it even got worse, which is smart by the Lakers because it said, like, Doncic didn't play again after suffering his hamstring injury. While MRI conducted in Dallas originally showed a grade 2 lower hamstring strain.
Wow.
Further medical evaluation in Spain where Luka Doncic received all those different medical procedures to find a way to speed up the process a little bit, to be able to find a way to climb back and get back on this Lakers court. It showed deeper and more severe hamstring injury. So the Mavericks got all that stuff screwed up. The level of his hamstring injury was worse than what was actually shown when Luka Doncic flew out there and got the procedure done in Spain. Hence, this is to why Luka Doncic was not able to return on the basketball court. Hence, as to why Luka Doncic on his press conference was saying all the reports that you guys were getting out there and everything that people were trying to put a timetable on my return were wrong. This injury was more to it than what everyone was going out there reporting. So shame on the Dallas Mavericks and whatever they got going on over there, and the fact that the MRI, which was conducted, and all those different types of stuff that only showed us a grade 2, but then it ended up being worse. Which leaves, like, how much was Luka Doncic actually playing with the injury like this, and how much was it actually taking a toll on him? Because there's games you see him kind of limping around and but he was still able to get to his spots. Hell, the man was still averaging 34 points per game. John.
Maybe we're taking him for granted, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe we're taking him for granted for hell having an injury like that, which was a lot more worse and severe to what the reports have been showing in that article. But when I read that, I'm like, wait, are you serious right now?
It's
You
crazy.
telling me
D. Shout out to JJ Reddit in the chat. He said Dallas tried to end Luka's career. SMH, man.
they did? They literally tried to, and that is why the Dallas Mavericks they had to fire Nico Harrison's ass because look, guess what? Good job. You know what? He thought that Luka Doncic was out of shape and he wasn't going to be good. I wouldn't say he wasn't going to be good, but he didn't take his physical seriously. He didn't take his conditioning seriously. He was all like, you know what? We can get a guy like Anthony Davis. And you know what? That bit him back. Because guess what? Anthony Davis, he had a really good first half in his first game with the Dallas Mavericks.
He was hooping.
And guess what, Anthony Davis? Guess what happened to Anthony Davis? Guess what happened to him? Injured.
He crumbled.
Injured. Couldn't stay on the basketball court. They traded him to Washington. Now let's see if Anthony Davis can stay healthy. But I thought that was mind blowing, John. Like really, that is wild. And the fact that we are glad that the injury didn't get even worse, and the Lakers made a smart decision on shutting him down because they knew Oklahoma City was a really good team, and who knows if the Lakers were to keep on extending this series or advance, whatever the case is. If Luka Doncic is going to be able to return, because all these different types of stuff that we're starting to see now, it just seemed like there was no real scenario for him actually coming back on the basketball court.
It just wouldn't make sense. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I hate to sound like a defeatist, but I am a realist, and that Thunder team was just too deep for us, man.
Yeah,
we were too deep. But D, on another note, we made note of this. Austin Reaves, right?
Yes.
He has a big payday potentially in the future coming up. What are your thoughts? Is he worth that max? Is he the guy that you believe can ride shotgun with Luka and bring the Lakers a championship?
John, from what I witnessed, and you guys in the YouTube chat, please give us your thoughts on how you feel about Austin Reaves. And this is my thoughts. I am not saying that Austin Reaves is not a really good basketball player. He really, really is.
He can ball.
But when if you're in the market and you're going to pay him, which he's reportedly trying to command, which is between $35 to $40 million, is what everything has been reported and what he can command for. As far as $241 million, I believe that is over the course of 4 to 5 years. That is a lot of money to give to somebody who is basically a one-way player. You can make the case that Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, it worked out. They were able to get to the finals. But Kyrie Irving is a better offensive talent than Austin Reaves.
He is. No doubt. And also that Mavericks team was constructed with bigs, with, Derek Lively, Gafford, PJ Washington. They had bigs on bigs, and they had
Derrick Jones Jr.
runners. Exactly, guys flying at the rim. By the way, this is a side note. I've seen Derrick Jones Jr. in real life. I didn't know that brother was like 6'8". He's way tall. He's like
tall, John. And he can jump out the gym. He has athleticism. He can get in the wings. He can defend.
The Lakers, that's what we lack. I mean, we're trying to harness that with Adu, but you saw him out there. He shot that shot. He shot that three, and it looked like he was – I can't even say he was building houses. He might have bombed somebody with that shot. Excuse my language, but that was a heat-seeking missile he shot up there. But honestly, all jokes aside, it takes time to develop a shot in the NBA.
Yes, it does.
It can. So I feel you on the Austin Reaves point, bro. I feel you. And
he's a one-sided player, and that's not a knock on him. He's just not a good defender. And then Luka Doncic, he's not a good defender as well. But Luka Doncic is a generational offensive talent. Luka Doncic can get you out of any situation. He has a size to get to the basket. He's strong. He finishes around the rim. He also is a really good playmaker. He can see the whole floor. He also is a shot maker and a shot taker. And he can literally do a lot of things well offensively. That's why you pay Luka Doncic that much money.
Great comment in the YouTube chat real quick, D.
Yeah.
The Hatbox Ghost says, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, the way AR plays, it's not sustainable. especially if they're going to start cracking down on foul baiting, which is what we started to see in the OKC Lakers series on both sides. So we saw it happen.
Yeah. And that's why it's interesting, because the Lakers may be in a scenario, in a case where the best option, because Austin Reaves, let's be real, he is the top free agent target. He is. He had a really good season. But this is where I come to agreement with a lot of Lakers fans, and people are saying that it's just the amount of money that they're trying to, that he could reportedly get, it's holding a lot of people back, because they're seeing what he can do on the offensive side, but on the defensive side is what the worrisome comes into. I don't think that that's going to be something that's sustainable for the foreseeable future when you have two guys that can't defend. Now, we always go back to that. Also goes how the Lakers are going to be able to build the right team. But I wouldn't pay him that much money just because he doesn't do something on the other end, and that is defend. We saw AJ Mitchell, a guy who's making $2.5 to $3 million for the next 2 years, and he was going at Austin Reaves left and right, picking him apart. That's OKC's 8th, 9th best guy at best, and he was killing Austin Reaves. And like Brian is saying in the YouTube chat, the Wolves did the same thing last year. Jaden McDaniels was hounding him down the court, picking him apart. The Denver Nuggets in that Western Conference Finals, or the first round exit the Lakers had, you can make that case. Austin Reaves he had that Memphis Grizzlies series where he was really, really good. That was him performance. And he followed up with a good series run against a Golden State Warriors. Then they ran into Denver Nuggets, nowhere to be found. Teams who are at a different caliber level, they find a way to exploit your weakest link. He is the weakest link on the basketball court alongside Luka Doncic. When it comes to the defense, let me make sure I clarify that. It's when it comes to defense. That's why you can't have two guys that can't defend at that level if you're going to pay them that much money. Which, guess what? The Lakers might be handicapped. They might, and we're going to probably see LeBron James. And you're probably going to see Austin Reaves return back into this lineup. Hell, you might see Rui Hachimura return, especially what he did in the playoffs.
He was hooping. I mean, I'm cool with Rui. If he plays like that, he got a friend in me. And JJ Reddit in the YouTube chat is asking the question that I think is definitely on everyone's mind. It's definitely on my mind. I mean, who else is available? Who else can the Lakers get this offseason? I don't know.
I mentioned Peyton Watson. He is a restricted free agent. There's no chance the Lakers are going to get him.
There's no chance.
I don't think there's no chance Lakers are going to get him. I'm assuming Denver is going to do anything possible to try to get him to return to the lineup, to the team. The Lakers, if they want to get another certified big man, Walker Kessler. Do you know how much you're going to have to give up for Walker Kessler? And they're most likely not going to be able to give him the max value that he actually deserves. They can't afford that because you got to take care of LeBron and you got to take care of Austin Reaves.
So we're kind of like handcuffed.
That's what I'm saying. If we're looking at all these different things that are actually going to help the Lakers, those guys are again, Peyton Watson restricted free agent. I believe Tari Eason's a restricted free agent. But let's be real, Tari Eason did not have a good playoffs.
He did not. He
had a bad second half of the season. That's the evaluation of do we really need to try to get that? But I just want to say, I do. I want to see the Lakers get younger. I want to see them build a defensive team around Luka Doncic. I want to see them get actual two-way guys. I want to see them actually get a real big man. A big man that can, who can rebound, defend,
and dunk the ball,
consistent, and dunk the damn basketball. Not do a 5-foot running floater and airballing. All right.
Yeah.
A guy that you don't have to motivate on a night in, night out basis. Give him some damn crunk juice and all this different stuff. Give him a dominating. You don't need all that, man. We need someone that's just mentally ready to go every single night.
Hey.
We want to see more 3-point shooters around the perimeter. There's a lot of things Lakers need. There's a lot of holes that this team needs to fill in. But guess what? It's not going to happen in the offseason, this offseason. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, and it's going to take a process. But I think this is what I'm saying. The Lakers fans will understand that if there's an actual proper plan that's in place. If Lakers fans I feel like they're smart and they understand the value of Luka Doncic and this franchise. But if you don't have a proper plan, and if you're not building towards the right steps to eventually contend for a championship, then what are we doing?
D, let me just throw these last two at you real quick. One, I will need your thoughts on Dylan Brooks showing up to Game 7.
Okay.
Excuse me, not Game 7, but the last game of the Lakers season against the Thunder.
Yes.
And two, thoughts on DeAndre Ayton's chain.
Well, first off, Tim ended the show yesterday with freaking DeAndre Ayton's chain. I said, don't do that ever again. Don't you dare. And we're not ending the show off of that. This is mind blowing. Mind blowing. I thought that was like, what are you doing? Why are you going on posting about that at a time where you're facing an elimination game? Thought that was just dumb. And then what was the other question, John? You said Dylan Brooks. I love that love of pettiness. I love Dylan Brooks showing up. I love that he's playing the villain role. I love that he's sitting there on the baseline. I love seeing the clip of him legit laughing. It looked like an actual villain scene that you see. Him just laughing, smiling, and it happened to be LeBron James at the free throw line. That I do love. I know a lot of people call it corny. What the hell are you doing? Why are you showing up? He's just playing up to what he actually does. And this probably will be who he is. And by the way, John, people are saying some couple of names. And they're saying, like Brian said, we have a first round draft pick. Why can't we draft and help get a guy that can help now? Okay. We've seen the Lakers and what they've done with Don't Connect, Jalen Hood-Schifino, two guys that end up not working out. All right. So with that being said, Brian, it all depends on what the Lakers are going to do with that draft pick and if they're going to actually select the right person. All right. Adou Thiero is a working prospect. I do believe he's going to develop and get better. He's going to actually have a full training camp. And he's going to get better. All right. But that's why Lakers added more smart people. That's why they got a guy like Tony Bennett in the draft advisory role to seek out talent and actually put someone and actually make sense if they're actually going to utilize their draft pick. And a couple other guys. Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons is a volume shooter. A really high volume shooter. Plays hard, doesn't really defend, but he
shoots the ball a lot.
Does shoot the ball a lot. Volume shooter. I don't believe Anthony Simons is that good of a defender as well. Now, Norman Powell, he's on the older side. Norman Powell is starting to get older.
He can hoop.
Norman Powell is a scorer. He can hoop. And I don't think he is as bad of a defender. I will have to look at that. But again, you just want guys who actually can withstand and keep guys in front. And then another name, just real quick before we end the show off today. And it's Colin Sexton. Now,
Colin Youngbull.
Colin Youngbull is a guy that plays hard and he does defend. Now,
that'll be fun.
That would be something really, really interesting as far as Colin Sexton. Don't know what his value is going to be and don't know what the market is. I think Colin Sexton plays really, really hard. I think he defends, and that could be something that can take the load off as far as another ball handler come off the bench. And they're bringing us some names. Now, Robert Williams is an interesting one.
Time Lord.
Robert Williams is an interesting one. He had a good season for the Portland Trailblazers. He actually rolls hard to the basket. He dunks the damn ball. He can rebound.
Kobe White, man, we might have to do a little Lakers Talk Daily extended, DeAndre. They bring in some good names, bro.
No, you know what we're gonna do, John? I want them to tune in tomorrow and bring up the same sort of list. Bring up all of these names. I love this. I love what they're doing, bringing up different types of names. And you know what we can do on tomorrow's episode? We can dissect. We can break it down a little bit more. We can see where the numbers are looking and all those different sorts of things. But unfortunately, you guys, we're running out of time. And this is what beauty is, because we're not done. We're going to continue throughout this week on Lakers Talk Daily because this offseason is going to be very, very important. John, as always, thank you, brother, for coming on today. You guys in YouTube chat, you guys already know. You guys are very, very grateful for you guys and always tuning in. Be ready for tomorrow. All these names you guys brought up, you know what? It's going to be a good one. We should definitely dissect and talk more about these little bit of guys that could potentially help out the Lakers. But it all depends on what the Lakers are going to do with LeBron James and Austin Reaves, which we can dive in more for that. But for you guys in the YouTube chat, my guy John and Brooke, who is running this operation, appreciate you guys. I will be talking to you guys tomorrow. We out.
Come on.